Let's first welcome to the ring, representing Matchroom, Craig Spider Richards.
So the first fight of the night is Hutchinson versus this man, the native of London, England, Craig Richards. 18 wins on his career, but Barry, he's perhaps best known for one of his defeats to Bivol, who he took to the absolute limit back in 2021.
Yeah, that looked like a fight where he just took a leap of faith, and he had no chance on paper, but he did tremendously well in that contest. He took Bivol right to the wire. There was only one winner in that fight by the end of the 12 rounds, but he made Bivol think, he made Bivol work, and he showed he belonged at world class.
Yeah, I mean, look, his stock rose after that defeat, and I feel he was a little aggrieved afterwards. I spoke to him in the dressing room after, and he felt he could have done more. So, I mean, if you take the confidence away from that into this fight, knowing that you push someone so good as Bivol is, and you can do more, then you'd have to have him a good favourite in this. But like I say, Willy Hutchinson, he is fired up for this one, Todd.
Mike, Craig Richards, 34 years old. How much do you think he's got left?
Oh, I think he's still reasonably fresh. If you look at his professional career, it's 9 years long, but he's actually been out for various reasons, including COVID, for 3 of those years. I still think he's pretty fresh. And opening the show here tonight, this is a man who's paid his dues. He's opened a next-gen show in the past when he wasn't even part of the next-gen framework. This is a man who really does belong here now at this kind of occasion on this kind of level.
And now let's welcome to the ring, representing Queensberry, Willy the Hutch Train Hutchinson.
Willy Hutchinson from Scotland, and he's nicknamed Braveheart. Even Americans can associate that term. Of course, the famous movie starring Mel Gibson. Willy Hutchinson, 17-1, and he said so many outrageous things this week. I've got a ton of quotes here, but the one that jumped out to me was him saying, look, I'm gonna knock this fella unconscious. He's not as good as everybody thinks he is.
Well, I'm not quite sure about that, but what we have in Willy Hutchinson is a really skillful fighter with a bit of nastiness involved in that. That's what you need to get to the next level. The only worry with Hutchinson is he hasn't boxed nowhere near this level yet. Can he rise the occasion? He has the confidence, has the ability, does he have the temperament?
According to our DAZN Fan Zone, a very close affair here, but 53% of you think that Craig Richards will get the job done tonight, and he is the favorite, Darren.
Yeah, that's that experience, I think, is the reason why he's the favourite here. But Willy Hutchinson, if he was to do what he said and stop Craig Richards, that is a massive statement, Todd.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 5 versus 5, a great night of World Championship Boxing, live from Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, in conjunction with Riyadh Season, National Events Center, the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Gold Star Promotions, and Sella. At this time, we would like to extend a big thank you to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Turkey Al-Sheikh. We get things started with 12 rounds scheduled, and it will be for the vacant WBC Silver Light Heavyweight Championship. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Steward in Charge Robin Smith, along with the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Seymour Zivik. timekeeper Jim Holborn. Our 3 judges assigned will be Barry Lindenman of the United States, Kieran McCann of England, and Troyce Stamey of the United States. Our referee in charge will be Kevin Parker of England. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he is representing Matchroom and comes to the ring tonight wearing gray with black and silver and weighed in officially at 174.2 pounds. Coming to us from London, England, he brings a professional record consisting of 18 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw, with 11 of his 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former British champion and former world title challenger, Craig Spider Richards. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he is representing Queensberry. He comes to the ring wearing white with pink and weighed in officially at 174 pounds. Hailing from Carstairs, Scotland, he had a stellar amateur career, and now as a professional, he has a record consisting of 17 wins, just 1 defeat, 13 of his 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Willy the Hutch Train Hutchinson.
Gents, we've already been through the final instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect, a clean fight. Remember to obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. 12 rounds, let's go.
It's the Hutch Train versus the Spider, and just like a soccer game, Barry, or a football match, you want to get the first goal to set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's very important for Richards there to show his authority, his experience, get that centre in quick, use his jab, and for Hutchinson to unsettle the more experienced fighter in Richards.
Richards comes out like a sprinter from the starting blocks as we get things underway. You see the upper left corner of your screen, a running tally of the points. A win is worth 1 point, a knockout win is worth 2.
Yeah, and I echo what you said, Todd. So important to get your team off and running, get the score on the board. It takes a little bit of pressure off the rest of the team, but in this fight here, just looking to see who establishes their jab first, who holds the centre of the ring. Craig Richards at the minute, holding the centre, looking for that long left hook.
I think Hutchinson has to rush Richards here, especially in those early rounds where Richards takes a little while to warm up. If he's a little bit cold or he likes to take his time, just try and make him rush his work a little bit early. Put some pressure on him quick, jump in with those left hooks, dip low, throw that right hand over the top.
Yeah, I think even Eddie Hearn said that he expected the Spider to start slow, maybe lose a few rounds, but then to get it going and to stop Willy Hutchinson.
If you look at Richards' record in successive fights, he fought for the British title, won it against Shakan Pitters, and then went straight into the world title fight against Dmitry Bivol.
And there's that bull rush that you were wanting, guys. Willy Hutchinson put some pressure on the Spider.
Yeah, but it needs to be educated pressure. Just missing with the shots there. It was good footwork from Craig Richards to get out of range. Just looking at the lead hand of Hutchinson, just on occasions, just dropping it down, as you can see there, to his chest. He's got to be careful of that, because when he finds the range with that right hand, Craig Richards, he really does punch hard.
I do agree with that, Darren, but I also think that just rushing Richards, just making him to panic a little bit, just, making him just make more energies than he's used to using quicker, might be working for him.
Well, the way Hutchinson was talking in the lead up to this fight, I thought he was going to come out guns blazing, and he's had his second spurt here in round 1.
Last minute. Yeah, not much landing, but you'd probably say the jab of Richards has been a decent weapon, but I think the left hook and certainly the right hand over the top from Hutchinson have been the stand-up punches in this round so far.
So it's England versus Scotland, and it's 0-0 so far, just like an international football match.
We're glad you said football, not soccer there, Todd.
It's starting to edge closer. Craig Richards with that jab. Just falling short a couple of times, as Willy Hutchinson did there.
Good. Jab to the body from Hutchinson.
Yeah, I think that's required, Todd. A bit more variation from both with that lead hand.
And the right to the body as well. Pretty even start here to this fight.
Just switching here, Willy Hutchinson to southpaw.
It's looking good, Willy. I want the jab a bit more. It's good. You're measuring him. I love it. Focus. Just a little bit more. I know you're measuring. I like it. Everything's good. Everything's good. This is your round. Just a little bit more. It's good. Please now, relax. 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 A little bit side to side. It's very straight. It's just in front of you. Up, 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 up. Very good. Okay? Please low.
It was a cagey opening round. You see the rush there from Hutchinson. There wasn't too much, both just struggling to find their timing and distance in that opening round.
But Mike, sometimes all it takes is one or two of those aggressive moments in a slow round to win the round.
And we were talking about that just this time last week when Josh Taylor fought Jack Catterall, where just eye-catching moments in a round can be enough to swing it one way or the other.
Good.
Yeah, I like that jab from Hutchinson downstairs. The variation with that lead hand's so important. It helps you find the openings.
And also fighting southpaws, just taking the accuracy of the jab, hasn't it, away from Richards. That's a better jab there, though, from Richards.
Do you like the stance switches, Barry, from Hutchinson?
Yes, no.
Oh, there's a big shot landed from Willy.
Just dipped his legs there for that left hook there, Hutchinson. Really good work. Yeah, no, I do like the switch. Just keeps Richards thinking. And as he's thinking, he's not doing any work.
He has to be subtle with it, though, Todd.
Yeah.
There's a moment he got caught with the jab just as he was switching. He has to do that very quickly.
Hutchinson has won 4 straight fights, all by KO inside of 7 rounds since his only loss to date, a 5th round TKO loss against Lennox Clark. What do you remember about that night, Mike?
Well, that was a night when he says that, to use his words, stuff was going on in his life. We were thinking, watching from ringside, that he'd outgrown the super middleweight division and had nothing to withstand the attack from Lennox Clark, but he says it was more than that. It was stuff going on outside the ring, and those 4 wins that you've spoken about there were all up at light heavyweight.
Well, he's looking good so far here, midway through round 2, and a nice right hand, a good right cross from Willy Hutchinson.
Yeah, that was a good shot. He brought his feet in there. He managed to take the sting out of the shot slightly, Craig Richards, but he started this contest well.
Well, he's taken the centre of the ring. That's what he's done. So he's made Richards already back up. So when Richards does throw, he's not pushing off the back foot to get any power in the shots. And without that, he's not been able to put Hutchinson back, not being able to put him in his place, and not being able to be as dominant as the more experienced fighter should be.
Well, as we mentioned, Richards has gone the distance with Dimitri Bivol as well as Joshua Buatsi. So, you know, if Hutchinson can't get the knockout, which he has predicted, even those shots that don't land at 100% are still scoring blows.
And this is a period of adapting as well for Craig Richards. This is only his 2nd fight since linking up with Shane McGuigan in the corner.
He said to me on Monday this week that he feels he's improving every time, every session with Shane and the rest of the guys. It's about now transferring that knowledge into the ring, getting the job done.
It's good from Hutchinson. He didn't quite hit the target there, Hutchinson, but he dipping his legs low and then punching high. That's the right idea, I feel. Boxing well here.
Yeah, he's not quite sussed out Willy Hutchinson yet, Craig Richards. I think the switching surprised him slightly, confusing him.
And I just think the pace is suiting Hutchinson as well, isn't it?
There's a huge fight at super flyweight coming your way on June 29th as Juan Francisco Estrada takes on the unbeaten Jesse Bam Rodriguez with the WBC world title on the line. That is in the desert in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, which promoter would you rather be right now, Barry?
Well, you think Frank Warren? I think Hutchinson is 2-0 up right now, and this was the fight that really Richards is probably the biggest favourite out of all the fights. You would feel of the 5v5 competition. So yeah, he'll be over the moon with the good fast start here.
Early days, Todd. Early days.
Says the man who went 7-2 matchroom.
Who did you have winning for Queensbury?
Second
Do you recall?
No comment.
Who is it?
I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay. You're one of those, huh?
Such a coward. For a world champion, it's unbelievable.
All right, so let's see if the Spider Craig Richards can start to heat up a little bit. It's been a good start for Hutchinson.
Well, we do know that Richards is a slow starter. We said that in the first round, so he will get into the contest, but you just got to be careful that with a fighter with the athleticism of a Hutchinson, you don't give him too much rope. He's going to have to claw it back. It might be an unavailable task for him.
Yeah, another bull rush there from Hutchinson.
Just changing the angle on that left uppercut was fantastic.
He's just kind of taken this early stages of this contest by the scruff of the neck. He's proactive here. He's making Richards think all the time. I'd like to see a bit more rhythm with that jab of Craig Richards. Start to establish his own lead hand. That's going to help him find the range for that big, powerful right hand of his.
The jab, he hasn't thrown the right hand there, Richards, and that's very unusual for him.
Well, this is the first scheduled 12-rounder for Willy Hutchinson. His longest fight to date was back in November of 2022. It went 7 rounds. So you would think the experience of Richards would shine through late, so Hutchinson being wise to try and bank some of these early rounds.
Yeah, he won't be worried, deterred at all here, Craig Richards. He's trying to collect the data, try and put a dent in the engine of Willy Hutchinson to go late. But as Barry said, you don't want to be giving too many rounds away. You don't want to have to be playing catch-up.
There's the right hand there. He didn't land with it, but he threw it. I thought there was a problem for a while there.
Switching stances again is Hutchinson.
I think he's got a gamble on that right hand, Craig Richards, when he switches to southpaw. Willy Hutchinson, the straight right is the shot for a southpaw.
And double it up as well,
yeah,
I'd
double
say,
it up.
Always. Boxing well, full of confidence here, Hutchinson.
Hutchinson still perhaps feeling the flow. He had a fight 71 days ago, a 2-round destruction of Martin Hoban.
And he looked good in that fight. He really did. Look, opposition here is tougher, but it was the way he dispatched of Hoban so impressive. As a counter right hand, but he really believed in himself in that contest. Oh, big right
hand. Caught him again a second time, and the Spider needs to start crawling away from these shots.
Lovely shot there from Hutchinson. Real good, solid right hand. Took it well, though, Richards, but again, I just think that the tempo of the fight is all in Hutchinson's favour here.
I must say that the balance, sorry, Todd, of Willy Hutchinson, very good. He's kind of on the back foot slightly, but he's always creeping forward. Always ready to spring out of range also.
So a brilliant start so far for the Hutch train.
Breathe long. Breathe long. Breathe long. Breathe long. Take your time. It's going beautiful. But breathe now. Come on. Breathe one long. More. Breathe long. Pace yourself. There you go. Pace yourself.
That's a lovely shot there for Hutchinson. He just jabbed to the stomach there, just to bring the hands down there of Richards, and fired that right hand right over the top. Then closed his feet. Got close to the tag and threw the right hand again. And Richards took it well, but he's struggling here to find his rhythm. And Hutchinson is flying right now.
Well, we've all seen Richards come off to some slow starts, but if you're just tuning in for the first time, watching this fight, you're like, man, Hutchinson's killing this guy. What's going on here?
Yeah.
And I was talking earlier about the step up that Craig Richards made from British title to world title level in successive fights, and that's the leap that Hutchinson had to make tonight, and so far he's looking more than comfortable.
But you just wonder, perhaps in the back of his mind, knowing he's never been past 7, is he thinking, wow, I've got to save some energy for those late rounds?
I could hear him in the corner of Hutchinson saying, pace yourself. Yeah. Pace yourself. You know, they understand this is the first time. It will be playing on the mind for sure.
But also, you've got to remember, with that pacing yourself, you've got to stay in the same flow. If you're winning a fight and you're boxing well, you can't change that rhythm. And, you know, to worry about the later rounds, just win the rounds you're in.
Starting to throw the right hand a little bit more in this 4th round, Craig Richards. He just missed with a right as Willy Hutchinson jumped on him, just went over the head of the Scot, but started to gamble a bit more with that right hand of his.
Hutchinson telling us this week that he believes he'll be a world champion in under a year. He's currently ranked 7th by the WBC and WBO.
The swagger there from Hutchinson.
Richards was not impressed with the trash talk this week, calling Hutchinson a clown. Says, I'm at a different level, and I'll show that Saturday night.
Just switched it up slightly here, Willy Hutchinson. He's on the back foot, but it's like as if he's saying, I've got 3 rounds in the bag. I'm going to let you come on to me now. I'm going to counter punch.
There's a left. And again, a right. That right hand has been the money shot for Hutchinson.
And again, he just when he explodes into his combinations here, Hutchinson, there's no answer here from Richards. He's not fighting with him. He's not been able to move around the target at all.
Yeah, Eddie, he'll be wanting his man.
Looking a little nervous.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's early stages in his combination. Oh, right hand.
The Spider dropped his hands and got clipped again by Hutchinson.
A real silly error there from Richards, dropping his hands and leaning back with his hands on by his waist.
Good. Left hook back out. Beautiful. Slow now. Go underneath it. Come on, throw it down that way.
I think he needs to start targeting the body a little bit more. And when he jumps in with the attacks, Willy Hutchinson, just slip a little hook to the body, whether it's the left or the right. Willy Hutchinson, just more of the same. Just keep busy with that jab, another right hand.
He's got to be careful with the counter shot from Richards, who seemed to be waiting on that time.
I think Richards got to throw in 3s. They got to be straight shots down the middle. Just makes it harder there for Hutchinson to counter off those longer shots.
Hutchinson trying to bait Richards now.
Watching really well here, isn't he, Hutchinson? There's a real fantastic flow to his work.
He's the one that looks a level above. Hey, coming up next, Ray Ford, the champ, is in action, and he's backstage with Jamie Ward.
Well, we are in the dressing room now of Ray Savage Ford. Ray, you said this week that since the age of 12, you knew this was the life you wanted to make for yourself. What makes tonight and this fight with Nick Ball an important chapter in the Ray Ford story?
Every fight is important, so it's just about, you know, keep winning and keep beating these guys that they put in front of me, and, you know, the better my future going to be.
You've said all week you haven't really liked the energy coming from Nick Ball and his team as well. Tell us what you meant by that and how you hope that translates into a brilliant performance tonight.
I've just been seeing, like, interviews and just, like, how they walk around. Like, I just don't like how they just strolling around like they just, like they that, but I don't think they that. And tonight we're going to see.
And still,
10 seconds.
Ray Ford.
That's coming up next. Many people feel that might be the fight of the night. Nick Ball versus Raymond Ford. And it is for the WBA World Featherweight Championship. Still plenty more to come from this fight, or so it seems, between Hutchinson and Richards. And Barry, have you given all 4 rounds to the Scot?
Yeah, and I think they've been quite easy to score. The first one was relatively close because not much happened, but I still think, you know, there was a couple of shots there from Hutchinson. And ever since then, I think he's been in his rhythm. You know, Richards has been able to find the hand, hit the target with his jab and not throwing the right hand enough to make a dent. And again, that right hand on the top that you mentioned, Todd.
Boy, left hook, straight right hand by Hutchinson. Everything's smelling like roses so far.
And if you go back to the opening montage of our show tonight, that was his flash quote. Right hand, left hook, right hand was his flash quote. Told us exactly what he was going to do.
It's just the variation with the movement, with the selection of shots. It's just sort of confusing Craig Richards. Look, we know Craig Richards isn't a combination puncher, but still you can be busy with singles and doubles. And like you said, Barry, stepping in with 3 shots or 2 shots, go again. Just needs to up the tempo here. Needs to be busier. That jab to the body, follow up with a right hand upstairs. A lovely right to the body from Willy Hutchinson.
But he shouldn't be getting caught with those punches from so far out. Hutchinson dips his legs and jumps into the attacks. And I don't think it's that fast. The time is good, but the speed's not that fast. So Richards should either close the gap or just take a step back and walk away and regroup.
Well, we know Richards is a late starter, but he may become a too late starter in this fight because Hutchinson's beaten him pillar to post right now.
Big shots, big shots, big attacks from Willy Hutchinson.
He's expending a lot of energy though, guys.
One thing for sure, he knows he's hurt Craig Richards here, and he must also believe in his tank.
Oh, it's a lovely jab there from the southpaw stance there from Hutchinson, right through the guard there of Richards.
Mike, are you surprised by what we're seeing?
I'm surprised by Richards looking so limited in defence, just being sprawled on the ropes and going back sometimes in straight lines as well.
That's better from Richards.
Yeah, but there's no pace in his punches, is there, Richards? He's throwing the shots, and that's good work, but he needs a little bit more acceleration in his shots. He needs to make Hutchinson feel something to stop him from jumping forward with so much confidence.
Yeah, and as if he's not setting any traps. He's just letting the hands go. He's not really thinking about what he's throwing.
Oh, this is lovely work here from Hutchinson on his toes here as well, bouncing round, and he's boxing this round. He's boxed this round in 2 different styles already. Push forward, now he's on his feet, he's moving round.
And he's also got the beauty of being able to switch. That's another puzzle in front of Richards that he has to try and solve.
But it's going back to what you said, Mike, just then. I think Richards is so easy to hit, and it's surprising, isn't it?
Seemingly another round for Hutchinson, and Richards is starting to run out of rounds if he wants to win this on points.
Right. Okay.
I don't want any more of this tapping at the end of the round, okay? I'm going to tell him the same as well.
Okay. All right. Feel okay? Got to start firing them shots now, okay? All right. Don't hesitate on nothing. We'll work this guy downstairs. If you feel like the right hand's not there, start firing into his chest. Okay? And then put the next shot on the end of it. All right? Okay? Use your hand differences as well. You don't have to keep pulling out. Okay? Yeah? Just watch that uppercut on the inside. Okay? That's one thing he does. He goes boop, boop, up the middle. Okay?
I mean, look, it's more of the same. Willy Hutchinson enjoying himself, just showing us so much, bringing his feet in, finding the range with the right hand, which Craig Richards is yet to do. And need I say this, he's enjoying himself in there. You know, under immense pressure, first on the card, looking so calm and relaxed. He needs to get going, Craig Richards, because this could be points on the board for Queensbury.
And Hutchinson off the stool with 10 seconds to go. So the bell rang. I mean, he's that kind of amped right now, and he's only got 7 rounds left. Again, Hutchinson's never been past the 7th. As for Craig Richards, this is his 6th scheduled 12-rounder. He's been the distance 4 times.
But when you're boxing at your pace, Todd, it's more comfortable. You can manage the pace. You can manage the extra round or 2. And Richards got to put him out of his comfort zone if he can. And we thought the experience might be able to do that, and he hasn't. It's been Hutchinson who's controlled the pace, controlled the tempo.
He's got an opportunity to counter the crisp right hand of Hutchinson by taking the half a step out, which he has been doing, but he doesn't then throw his own right hand.
You think Mikey's a little befuddled by the constant stance switches from Hutchinson?
I think he is, because even just then he threw a right hand which almost went across his body, and then he's walked onto one here. Lovely clipping right uppercut from Hutchinson, who's timing so much of what Richards is doing.
And again, needs to go again. There's a bit more pressure on the front foot from Richards, but he's just not letting the hands go nearly enough.
I don't think he's looking for the right shots either. I've got to say that. I think because of the constant change in movements here of Hutchinson. It's just confused him a little bit. He's trying to chop down with that right hand, and he's got to go straight. Don't aim for the chin, aim for the chest, right down the middle.
Barry, how much of this do you think is about the fact that Hutchinson's 25 and Richards is 34?
It could be a factor, I'm pretty sure of it, but I think it's more to do with just the natural ability of Hutchinson. I think the fact that he can switch stance so easily, I think that's just thrown Richards out of his rhythm, totally.
And as you mentioned earlier, Mike, maybe the light heavyweight division is the division for Hutchinson.
It's certainly looking like it at the moment.
And actually, he's been out-jabbed, isn't he, here? Richard, I thought Richards had the better jab than Hutchinson, but it's Hutchinson who's, when the jabs are being thrown, he's winning that battle every time.
Yeah, he boxed him really, really well out of the southpaw stance of Phil Hutchinson, and it has confused Richards for sure. I've absolutely no doubt about that, but this is pace required from Richards.
See, that little shift of the shoulders.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, they've been asking for that shot to the body, the corner has.
That shoulder shift that Hutchinson does just stops Richards from doing any work.
I really believe this is a really composed, mature performance from Willy Hutchinson, the best of his career so far.
Let's check in with Chris Mannix. Chris, is this as one-sided as we seem to think it is?
Yeah, Todd, I've got a 5-1 in favor of Willy Hutchinson. Gave Craig Richards actually just that last round. He is controlling the center of the ring, Hutchinson, landing all those consequential punches. Richards just isn't letting that right hand go enough. His jab has been decent, but you're not going to win a fight like this just throwing the jab. I don't like all the switching that Hutchinson is doing. I think unless your name is Terrence Crawford, that's a recipe for disaster. But right now, I've got it 5-1 in favor of Willy Hutchinson.
And breathe. Very nice. Work off the jab. When you're southpaw, your strong hand goes right through the middle. Yeah. He's completely open for that. Breathe long.
We've got this, Willy.
We've got this. Beautiful.
Corners, 10 seconds. Corners. Seconds out, round 7.
So Chris Mannix has it 5-1. So a ray of sunshine for Richards in that last round. He's still in this mathematically. And again, upper left corner of your screen, Queensberry versus Matchroom. The winner of this fight gets 1 point. If you win by a knockout, it's 2.
And you want to get the points on the board early. Take some pressure off.
And I wonder if this fight keeps going the way it's going, I wonder if Frank's going to whisper in Hutchinson's ear, hey, go for the knockout. Get us a double point.
That's a better jab.
Yeah.
That is a lot better from Craig Richards.
I don't think you change anything here for Hutchinson. Keep the rhythm, the movement he's playing right now is fantastic.
And the pace is suiting him.
Yeah.
You know, he's not had to go through the gears. It's been at his call when he wants to go through the gears. I mean, it really is down to Craig Richards now to up the tempo. And I really believe when Hutchinson's in that southpaw stance, for Craig Richards to get the left foot over and gamble on that right hand.
Left hook, right hand again from Hutchinson from the orthodox stance.
And you look at the responses from Richards, nothing is working tonight.
Good body shot from Richards, but he ate a left hook. Give one to get one. But he does have to start taking some risks, doesn't he, Barry?
He's got to let his hands go. There comes a point in any fight that if you're not doing the work, you're not going to win the fight. And yeah, he needs to let his hands go now.
Oh, good right hand to the rib cage from Hutchinson. But his punches just seem to have more steam behind them.
Looks so strong, he really does.
Well, Richards is pushing his punches, certainly his right hand. And Hutchinson is accelerating into his shots. He's turning from the hips.
And Mike, I'm wondering how a fighter like Richards, who gave Bivol every bit that he could handle and barely lost the fight, just seems to not be able to figure Willy Hutchinson out.
Well, I said earlier on how he's missed big chunks of his career for various reasons. COVID was one of them. When he came back on a smaller show in London in February, that was after 21 months out. And I'm now wondering, are these layoffs now starting to take a toll rather than help him?
Yeah, nice passage over this for Craig Richards. Lands a good straight right to the body of Hutchinson. Starting to turn the screw slightly with the single shots, but it's a little busier. But back comes Hutchinson with that lead right hand.
Well, at least the fight's starting to heat up a little bit. And look at Richards really starting to press the gas pedal here.
Yeah, Hutchinson was talking to the referee there. Something happened he wasn't happy about, but Richards let his hands go. But I still think the jab of Hutchinson's been really good tonight. That's a great shot again.
The shouting in the Richards corner that he's tired. They want him to up the pace.
He might be tired, but he's trying to push the pace here in the last closing seconds.
Counter right there from Richards. Well, we heard from Ray Ford. Let's hear from his opponent now. He's backstage with Dev.
Thank you, Todd. I'm back here with Nick, the Wrecking Ball. This is the second time now he's challenging for a world title, and this time the intention is to go and grab that belt, Nick.
Definitely, Dev. Not long now. Can't wait.
You've been cool, calm and focused all week. What happens in your head now, between now and that first bell?
Staying focused, yeah, until I get in the ring, and staying focused in the ring and getting the job done.
And obviously it's an individual sport, but tonight's a different concept, team concept. You can get some big points for Queensbury. How much would that mean?
Mean a lot, yeah, because the back of me aren't there, and I wouldn't be here without them, and they've got me this opportunity, so yeah, mean a lot.
Go well, Nick. That is Nick, the Wrecking Ball, ready to go. Back to you, Todd.
Corners 10 seconds. Corners 10 seconds.
That fight coming up next, Nick Ball versus
Seconds
Ray
out.
Ford. This
Round
fight, though,
8.
heating up right now as we enter round 8.
Todd, they're really trying to rally on and get behind and really push on Craig Richards, saying he's tired, work, work, work. Can he respond? He
Yeah, this
needs
is the
to.
first time that Hutchinson has heard the bell for the 8th round in his professional career.
Let's see how he handles it. Boldly going where he's never gone before. Richards, though, starting to find a little bit more success. Are you sensing that now, Darren?
Yeah, I am, and I do believe he is starting to feel the pace slightly. Willy Hutchinson, he's letting his hands go, but a tiny bit ragged, just falling over the front foot there. He needs to be careful.
And that's where, if he is getting ragged, if he's starting to make mistakes, Hutchinson, that's where Richards has to let his hands go, and he's still not doing it, though. It's a good shot. Nice 1-2 there from Hutchinson. Where's that solid jabs that we've seen from Richards over the time? He should be ramming it right down the centre of the guard there.
I mean, he's won, I'd say, 80–90% of his contests with that lead hand. He's just neglected the shot.
Lovely movement there, though, from Hutchinson. He went into that move there, southpaw, came out as an orthodox fighter.
Like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly.
The jab to the body is very good at Craig Richards, and he's getting the reaction that he wants. Oh, lovely
left.
shot.
Oh, man, the sweat flew right over here on our announce table.
Very clever there from Hutchinson.
It's the right hand, I believe, that Craig Richards should be throwing now, especially after the jab to the body.
You know, this week, Willie talked like a brawler, but he's in the ring. He's a thinking fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's shown us a bit of everything here. The variation with the front foot, with the back foot, the combination has been so impressive.
Nice work.
Well, Frank Warren believed anybody that would tell him when he said, look, I think Hutchinson does the job on Richards.
He's looked good in his career, and he bounced back from his defeat really well, but he hadn't boxed at this level. So there was you have to take a leap of faith in his ability that he could step up.
And Hutchinson himself was actually saying in the build-up to the press conference that he believes he's on a different level, and at times tonight he's shown that.
It's good work. It's good work, but also Richards seems really stationary. Like he's switching, he gets close to the target and switches off.
And just a bit sharper there. You see, he misses with a jab, Craig Richards, and fires straight back with a faster, sharper, more accurate jab.
Are you sensing that maybe Hutchinson's slowing down a little bit, though?
Yeah, but he's not worried about that right now because Craig Richards isn't putting his foot on the gas, so...
Nice good shot again there from Hutchinson to finish the round.
What a fight this is going to be. All action, guaranteed. July 6th, fan favorites, the Rumford Bull, Johnny Fisher, and Alan the Savage Babbage. Trade in leather at the Copper Box. Don't miss it on DAZN.
That is 3-4 rounds of absolute carnage. And here we need to see carnage from Craig Richards, because so far it's one-way traffic from Willy Hutchinson. Smooth, relaxed, probably feeling the pace slightly, and that's understandable, but now he needs to respond to the corner's instructions, Craig Richards. He's tired. Up the gas, put
Corners 10
some
seconds.
tempo, some pace into your work.
What do you think Frank's saying right, or what Eddie's saying to Frank right now?
Round 9.
You may be one up.
He's like, mate, can you give me some of that $3 million you're going to get tonight if this goes your way?
He's probably saying there's still 4 rounds to go and anything can change in a fight, and we've seen that time and time again.
Just waiting a bit too long there. Craig Richards looking for the counter on the right hand from Willy Hutchinson.
A leaping right hand. He's got a rabbit on the bottom of his trunks, and he jumped like one there.
He's just found the target too easy to hit, hasn't he? It's a good response over there from Richards.
This kind of looks like the turtle in the hair a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. But it's been a smash and grab sort of fight, performance from him, but with substance.
He's just been a step ahead. Again, they're screaming in the corner. Shane McGuigan and the rest of the guys. He's tired, he's tired.
There's pressure coming from Richards, but it's not effective pressure.
No, he's allowing Hutchinson to move and set himself and regulate his breathing so he can attack in spurts and then get a rest again.
Right now, Craig Richards looks like the drunken master, Emmanuel Augustus. Remember him, Mike?
So true, and Floyd Mayweather said he gave him one of the hardest fights of the early part of his career.
Talk about feeling the flow.
I mean, still tired, still under pressure, but still pot-shotting and scoring the majority of the shots that he's throwing here, Willy Hutchinson.
I think we're overselling the tired thing. I think he's just pacing himself really well here, and he's allowed to, and that's where I thought the experience of Richards would have not made that happen. He would have forced him to fight at a higher pace, forced him to make mistakes, but he hasn't.
He needs to do exactly what Willy Hutchinson's done there, Craig Richards. Start downstairs, work to the body, left as he's moving to his right. Hutchinson, then you can work back upstairs. Just need to be busy now, need to let your hands go. Work, work.
Well, 8 of Richards' last 9 victories have been by KO, and he might need one tonight. There's a good shot by Richards, who's now trying to almost straight right hand on the button, and there's a left for Richards. Finally, something for his corner to cheer about.
It's a nice left hook back though.
Now we're seeing Craig Richards put his foot on the gas.
And boy, the corner is really rallying behind the Spider right now.
They are going crazy. They really are going nuts in that corner.
Well, at last, he put a bit of speed behind that right hand and he hit the target. Up until that, he was having trouble in that round. Again, he's looking for the perfect shot, not letting his hands go. But once he let his hands go, he had a bit of success there. But I still thought Hutchinson did quite well to ride, slip and slide, and just get to the final, to get to the bell there in that round. But now Richard's got to go for it. He really has to go for it now. If Hutchinson is tired, if he was remotely hurt, you have to put your foot on the pedal and commit.
That's one half of our main event, the Big Bang. Shaylee Zhang, who promises to blast Deontay Wilder out in our main event tonight. And if he does it, that'll be 2 key points for Queensberry, as well as the fact that Deontay Wilder is the captain and his points would have been double. So much hanging in the balance in our main event, but right now, plenty of drama here in our opener, as Richards seems to have found something.
He has to build on that 9th round, the end of that 9th round, Craig Richards. Busy, busy, busy. Not long left in this contest. It could be a score on the board for Queensbury unless he can turn this round, Craig Richards. It's now or never.
Big right hand, right on the chin. Hutchinson ate it well.
He's doing the wrong thing, Hutchinson. He's trading with Craig Richards. He doesn't need to do this.
It seems like a fight he's got well in hand, but Hutchinson's not built to back down.
Fair play to Hutchinson. He's mixing fire with fire. He doesn't need to do this. They're screaming at him in the corner to move.
Good left hook there from Hutchinson.
Right hand from Richards.
Oh, they're swinging like that. You're right there, Danny. He swings, he squares his feet up there. Hutchinson.
Will he claw this back? It would be incredible, Tug.
We talked about perhaps Hutchinson fading late. The experience of Richards, who's been in the ring twice as many rounds as the Scotsman.
Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, they're off their seats.
Pins and needles.
He just got to maintain that distance there, Richards. When he lets the punches go, don't get too close. Don't allow Hutchinson to throw hooks or hold on. He rode that quite well, Hutchinson, I feel.
And he is still landing.
Yeah, he's holding it. He's tired, that's for sure. Hold on.
And what's this about?
Don't apologise, don't do it, okay? You've got to stop
Don't
holding
apologise, just don't do it.
That's holding onto the arm there of Richards. A good shot there from Hutchinson.
And a left hook from Hutchinson. And Richards. That one had a real force behind it.
A good shot again.
This has become a street fight in the 10th round from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, good shot again there from Hutchinson. He looks like he's the one under pressure, but he's the one landing with the cleaner punches in this little exchange.
And the right hand again is there. Damage to the nose of Willy Hutchinson.
Oh! He's got Richards against the ropes. Brutalize him. Cut him with the right again. And Richards might be ready to go. Back against the ropes. That could have been a knockdown. Incredible action here in the 10th. And look at Hutchinson. The Hutch train. Right on time.
Incredible. And a big right hand again from Richards. This is evident. Float is going one way than the other.
Oh, that's a right hand there. Right down the centre of the guard there for Hutchinson.
Both men look exhausted.
What a round, and they're screaming for Richards in the corner, saying he's gone, he's gone.
They're both gone. What action here tonight?
No, let's breathe. You have this, Willy. We have this.
Breathe long.
Breathe long.
Breathe long.
Breathe.
Breathe long. Long.
Stop here for a minute, okay?
Willy, you go sucker.
Long. Really, 6 minutes. Only 6 minutes.
Have this. We've all the rounds.
He's almost out. He's
Breathe,
almost out.
breathe,
6
breathe.
minutes, brother. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Champion.
6 minutes. 6 minutes to go. Absolute carnage in that round. That really was. It went one way, then the other. When you thought Richards was gone, he come fired back, vice versa. You thought Hutchinson was spent, and then he hurt Richards with a shot. That was a brilliant round.
It was like Angelo Dundee against Ray Leonard against Hagler. You only got 6 minutes, champ. You only got 6 minutes.
Seconds out, round 11.
Boy, buckle up. This could be the best 6 minutes of the night here. The championship rounds. Craig Richards taking on Willy Hutchinson, who's never been past the 7th round in his life.
Let's talk about the resolve there of Hutchinson. He was in all sorts of trouble, and he finished the round the stronger of the two.
Got to be careful there. Clumsy left hook from Richards. Just missed with the counters though, Willy Hutchinson.
And remember, with the fatigue setting in though, those punches have more of an effect. Drain the tank even more.
Oh, good right hand from the Spider. What would your advice be, Barry? If and then it fired back.
Keep your hands up. That would be my advice. keep your shape. It's very important when you get tired to keep your shape, even when you're throwing punches.
Hutchinson trying to hold the gloves of Richards. Handcuff him.
But Richards got to, I know Richards is exhausted, Mike, but he has to work.
Absolutely, and Frank Warren was banging on the canvas in between rounds saying, suck it up, and that's what he's got to do here. He's desperately tired.
This could literally be a 4-point swing, ladies and gentlemen, if one of these guys were to get a knockout. Swing and a miss. Richards trying to stalk Willy down.
Oh, big right hand again!
Hutchinson's knees buckled. And it left. He's lost his form, has Hutchinson. Maybe he just needs to get on his bike and get out of the line of fire.
He's got to move or hold.
But Mike, I think Hutchinson still believes he can KO Richards.
He looks as though he's waiting for those single opportunities.
But there is an opportunity. When Richards throws that right hand, he squares his shoulders up, lifts the elbow up a little, the elbow comes high, and there's a gap down the middle, and Hutchinson can see it.
This is almost like the Jai Opataya Marius Briedis fight from 2 weeks ago, where Briedis looked down and out. Oh! Right hand, a stiff one, right in the jaw from Hutchinson.
Both struggling to land cleanly though with a full purchase of shot.
This fight could still go either way. I don't know who's going to win it.
And Richards also has spent so much energy in this round.
Both corners going berserk.
But when you're tired like these two are, you just find it on instinct.
Yeah.
Oh, good shot.
A left from Willy.
Third shot there from Willy Hutchinson.
Incredible stuff. You still got a round to go, Willy.
I mean, again, what a fantastic round, Barry. Incredible stuff.
But again, it ebbed and flowed, didn't it, like the previous round? You know, some of the quality shots here from Richards. Looking like he had Hutchinson in trouble, hitting him a clean right hand, fatigue setting in. You know, the punches having a bigger, larger effect on each opponent. And then, when he looked in trouble, Hutchinson, he found a way to fire back, just enough to stop the onslaught there of Richards.
Will there be a twist in this final round? Who's going to take the points?
Yes, Bobby, yes! He's my ref! Come on, Mike!
Corners, 10 seconds. Corners.
Just another night of the
Seconds
fights.
out. 12th
What a
and
way to
final
kick
round.
things off. 3 rounds of madness. Get ready.
Let's not forget here, Hutchinson needs to be box smart. Richards got to go for it.
Yeah.
That's the difference here.
Empty, completely empty the tank.
Let's see how Chris Mannix has it scored as he lands an uppercut.
Shot.
Well, he's got Hutchinson winning this comprehensively if he can make it to the bell. But who knows what our judges ringside are seeing.
No, I think Chris Mannix's card is pretty accurate there. I do think that the rounds have been won with a better boxing here of Hutchinson. And that's why I said Richards has to go for it. And Hutchinson's got to box smart, be safe. But also not allow Richards to try and walk through him either. That's good work.
Yeah, moving, hot shot in, scoring blows once again from Hutchinson.
Darren, you said Richards has got to empty the tank. Has he already done that?
I think he has, you know, Mike.
We were hoping for a beautiful crescendo, but the 11th round may have been Richards' last stand.
Oh, it's a lovely jab there from Hutchinson.
Oh, a little Ali shuffle on the way in. He's found his second win, has Hutchinson.
When you can see the finishing line, you get that extra bit of energy, don't you, Dan? A little bit more zest in your work.
It's almost there, almost points on the board for Queensbury. Nothing silly from Willy Hutchinson. On the flip side, he has to go if there is anything left. He has to try and conjure it up, let that right hand go.
I think he's trying to do that. He's trying to summon the energy to really have a real burst here, Richards.
Well, he's running out of time to give us that burst. We're at the 1 minute mark to go.
And when you miss like that, at this stage of a fight, that's so tiring.
Demoralizing.
Oh, look at Hutchinson on his toes here, boxing around, doing the right things, creating that space between him and Richards.
Hutchinson about to go the 12-round distance for the first time ever. And he has closed strong here in the 12th, at least so far.
Well, we knew with that amateur pedigree he had the talent, but tonight we've seen he's got not just the resolve, but also the boxing IQ as well.
Yeah, he's really come of age, hasn't he, tonight? I think Hutchinson.
He told me on Monday this was his destiny. To step forward with his career and win a world title. With a performance like this, you'd have to say he's got a hell of a chance.
And look at Richards, he's not even throwing punches. He just doesn't have the energy left. As Carstairs, Scotland's own Willy Hutchinson, the Hutch train, delivered the performance of his career on the biggest stage of his life.
Well, he boxed beautifully, didn't he? Started the contest so well. He was disciplined. He frustrated Richards with movement, with switching, with the jab from both hands. Body shots. He countered. He was proactive. There was a bit of everything. There were stages late in the contest where he thought, that's it, he's fading. This is Richards' fight, but he found something else, didn't he?
No, he really did. For me, he made Richards look an old man tonight. That's what he made him do. And I'm not sure if Richards has got old overnight or just the movement and the boxing ability of Hutchinson just made him a really stationary target. That was a coming-of-age performance there.
He said to you in that interview, Darren, that tonight will be his next step to greatness. I took a note of it, and you can't argue with that.
He says there's a scrapbook at home that his father has. There was a picture in there of him with the WBC belt, and it's a picture that he's kept. He's got the scrapbook at home. He believes, truly believes this is his destiny. And like I said, in that final round, with a performance like that, the confidence that he will gain, there's no doubt that he'll believe that he can really push on and make that a dream a reality.
And standing in the centre of the ring at the moment is Shelley Finkel, the manager of Willy Hutchinson, who's worked in the past with Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Manny Pacquiao and others. And some thought that this was a strange kind of relationship. Indeed, Mirko Wolf, who's in the corner, just see there with the baseball cap on backwards, he was the man who recommended Willy Hutchinson to Shelley Finkel.
Shelley Finkel, also the manager of Deontay Wilder, who'll be showing up at our main event later tonight. But guys, again, this is boxing. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Who knows if maybe someone saw Richards doing a little better than we thought. How about this fight, ladies and gentlemen? Felix Cash back on June 22nd. After 18 months out of the ring, he faces Tyler Denny live from Birmingham. Not Birmingham, Alabama, where my brother lives. Birmingham, England. That's on DAZN. Shout out to my brother Jeff. We call him Bubba. That's a true story. All right, let's find out the numbers. Thomas Triber has the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Kieran McCann scores it 116 to 112. Judge Barry Lindemann scores it 117 to 111. And Judge Troyce Stamey scores it 119 to 109. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now the WBC Silver Light Heavyweight Champion, Willy the Hutch Train Hutchinson.